Hey everyone, it's Kim with your Angel GPS, and I'm back with your weekly guidance and messages for the upcoming week. July, I was going to say August. Last week I said April. It's July, July 22nd through the 28th. And for this week's reading, I decided to go with the Guardian Angel Tarot deck. And I am really, really excited about this week's reading for many different reasons, and you'll see as we go through why I'm so excited about it. But one of the main reasons is it's a really great follow-up to last week's reading. If you recall, with last week we were discussing partnerships and obstacles and blocks being lifted and focusing on your priorities, that sort of thing. This week's reading explains why that was so important for you. So let's get to it. The first card I drew for this week is the Helper of Thought. And this is also a card about obstacles being lifted, blocks being lifted, and forward progress now. Things are going to start moving forward for you, and it's going to start moving pretty quickly for you. That momentum is going to build, and there's going to be a flurry of activity where there was nothing before. It's all a good thing, of course, because it's all working towards your goals and your desires. Everything that you've been trying to work towards that you just don't see making any progress, or it's been really slow for you, the floodgates are going to open. That's all there is to it. So be prepared for that. You're going to be presented with a time coming up where just all kinds of opportunities and options are going to be presented to you, and you're going to have a lot of choices and decisions to make. And you're going to have to do this rather quickly. Now, you don't want to jump into anything and just make rash decisions, and you do want to look at the details and really think carefully and make your decisions and choices carefully, but quickly. And in order to do this, you just really need to follow your gut feelings, follow your instinct, your insight, any word you want to use for it. Follow your heart. That's been a really repetitive message that keeps coming up daily and with weekly readings lately is use your gut instincts, and we're going to know whatever feels right for you is what's the right decision is going to be. So once you've made that decision, just trust it and go with it, because you've made the decision that you know is right for you. So don't second guess yourself. Don't start thinking, oh, maybe I should have. None of that. You've made your choice, now go with it, because it could be that, I don't want to say a wrong choice, because when you make your decisions from the heart, there is no such thing as a wrong choice. But maybe you didn't make what would have been like maybe the best choice at the time, but this could be the choice that's opening more doors for you to something even bigger and better than if you had chosen something else or chosen a different direction, that kind of thing. It could be the stepping stone that you needed. Or there could be a lesson to be learned here for you about what not to do. It's like, gee, maybe I shouldn't have put this as a priority with what I wanted to do. There's never a wrong choice when it's made from the heart. As I said, it could be the way to a new door of opportunity that you had to walk through. Could be a lesson that needed to be learned. So don't ever worry about that. You've made your choice, stick with it and trust it. And that's actually what our next card says. The Two of Action is telling you to trust in your ability to make those right choices. Again, no second guessing, no what ifs. Be confident in yourself. Know that you have that ability to make those right choices for yourself. You know what you want, and you know what feels right, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because you're the only one that really knows what it is that makes you happy. Which brings me to our third card. I know I'm going through them kind of quickly here, but I kind of have to, because they're all one big message waiting to be told. Our third and final card for the week is number 18. It's Insight and Intuition, Major Arcana, indicating important life events. In this case, it's not so much an event, but something important in your life right now. And that important thing is trusting your intuition, that inner guidance that you have. You really have to trust your feelings and know that you've got this. You are the only one that can make these right choices for you. So don't let anybody sway your decisions. This card also specifically says, don't allow the advice of others to sway your decisions. It honestly says that on the card. And anytime that you've got decisions to be made and you've got a lot of choices, it's pretty easy, and actually it's common really, to just let everybody know. It's like, wow, I can't believe you want to tell everybody, you want to spread the word. Wow, look at all these options that I suddenly have. I just don't know how to choose. That ends up opening the door for unsolicited advice. Oh, this is an opportunity for you. That would be the best one for you. You should really do this. People always think they know what's best for you, but they really don't. And even if you don't ask them for their advice, you're going to wind up getting it anyway. You don't want to let anybody's advice or their thoughts and feelings on the subject to really sway your decision and make that choice for you. You really need to do it from within. Do it from within, inside yourself. And which brings up another meaning on this card, which says you might actually want to be a little secretive about what's going on with you right now. Keep things to yourself. Don't let too many people know, if anybody, what's going on there. You don't want that unsolicited advice because you really need to trust your gut instinct right now. And if you have people telling you otherwise and putting thoughts and ideas into your head, it's really going to muddle things up. So in order to be clear yourself, kind of keep things under wraps and don't tell anybody what's going on until it's done and over and done with. And then you can say, hey, by the way, guess what? Look what I've just done. And it's kind of interesting with these cards. It almost sounds contradictory. All three of these cards, while they're saying to trust yourself and the insight and intuition is telling you to not even tell anybody what's going on, they're also indicating that a partnership at this time, other people, helping you right now, is also a good idea. And as I said, that kind of contradicts. But what they're talking about when they're talking about bringing other people into this and, partnership and other people helping you out with this right now, accepting their help, if you have that one trusted individual, or more than one if you're really lucky, but if you have anybody in your life that is someone that isn't really going to try to advise you and tell you what's best for you, but is a good sounding board for you to bounce ideas off of, or if you're really stuck in saying, oh, I just don't know what to do, this one has this and that choice has that, and I don't know which one to go, they may sit there and say, well, why don't you make a list of the pros and cons of each one and see which one has more pros and less cons. Sometimes it's like the obvious thing that we can't think of ourselves because we're in the middle of making these choices, so that rational person there could actually help you out by giving you advice as to how to make your decision, not what decision to make. There's a big dividing line right there. You don't want somebody telling you what they think is best for you. What you do want is somebody that can tell you how you can figure out what's best for you if you're really confused right now. So if you do have that person in your life, don't hesitate to let them know what's going on and just have them as your sounding board, or just your cheering section. Yay, maybe you do have an idea of what it is you want to do, your choices that you want to make, and you really do know, and you've got that one person that you can say, hey, guess what I just did, or just guess what I'm in the middle of doing, and they'll be like, yay, good for you. Cheering section to kind of encourage you and keep you going and keep your spirits up with it, to keep you from second guessing yourself. So you may want to bring other people into this as it's going on and as things are happening and let people know what's going on, but just be cautious about who you tell. If you do have someone that you're thinking, well, hey, maybe I should tell mom, but mom likes to tell you what to do, sort of thing. Or, hey, my best friend would love to hear about this, but your best friend has ideas about what they should be doing, or what you should be doing, I'm sorry. If there's any inkling in there that you think, maybe I shouldn't let this person know, listen to that. That's more intuition that you need to be listening to. If you don't feel right telling somebody about something just yet, don't do it. Because really this is all about you and trusting your intuition and your insight and everything. So trusting yourself is a huge message this week. I really can't stress it enough that the angels really, really want you to pay attention to your feelings. When you're making your decision, looking at your options, how does each option make you feel inside? Are you giddy with excitement? Are you scared? Are you nervous? Is it an exciting nervous, like, oh my God, I'm really going to get this done? Or is it like, ooh, I don't know, I'm not sure I can handle this sort of thing, Pay attention to those feelings and really go with whatever choice makes you happy and feel great inside. Whatever is exciting, that's where you want to go with this. So keep it under wraps because you need to pay attention to your own feelings and not let anybody really influence those feelings of yours. And the biggest thing of all is to trust yourself, trust your choices, and know that you are always on the right path. Even if there might be a slight detour because you had a lesson to be learned, or maybe the choice you're making now isn't the final thing. Maybe it's just that stepping stone that you needed to bring you to that next door that's about to open for you. So no second guessing here. Trust, trust, trust. The angels are really, really stressing that message right now, to the point where it's very interesting with this card. The number 18 here. If you're familiar with traditional tarot, you'll know in the major arcana, this card is also known as the moon. And the position in the card, in the reading, this was the last card that I drew, so technically it was the end of the reading for this week. And the end of this week, we have a full moon. And the energy of a full moon is always of heightened awareness and intuition. So, as I said, this whole concept of really trusting yourself right now, is huge. I can't even begin to tell you how huge it is, but keep that in mind, and I'll kind of let that sort of sink in slowly for you if you'd like. Just kind of keep thinking about that all week long, about this whole full moon thing and the moon card, otherwise known as intuition and insight, all that heightened awareness, and just really know the angels want you to know you've got this. It's going to be a great week. There's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be great, and just know beyond a shadow of a doubt, you have got this. This is yours. This is your time. Enjoy it. And that's all I really have for the messages for this week. I will be back a little bit earlier than usual this week. I'm going to be actually posting the weekly reading on Friday morning, because Friday afternoon I'll be heading down to Sarasota for the Sarasota Mystic Fair. And I want to remind you again of that because it's such a fun time. If you're anywhere in this vicinity of Sarasota, Florida, make sure you stop by. We have lots and lots of readers, different types of readers. There are tarot, angel card, there's past life readings, there's intuitives. Any kind of reader you can imagine, we're all going to be there. Lots of great vendors too, lots of great products for sale, lots of services for sale, lectures going on throughout the weekend, great information sessions about all kinds of topics. So it's always a great time. I always encourage people to go to this one. Well, I encourage them to go to most of them actually because they're always fun, but the Sarasota one it's a blast. So if you're around there, just be sure you don't miss it. There is a link on my website. Just go to yourangelgps.com, and on the homepage there, you're going to see a link to the Sarasota Mystic Fair. If you click on that, it'll give you the exact location, the hours for each day. I believe Saturday is 11 to 6 and Sunday is 11 to 5, but it'll be on that link there. Just click on that, and it brings you to the Mystic Fair's website. So you can find out where it's going to be, get directions, find out what the times are. There's also, I don't know if the lectures have been posted yet, but I know there's a partial list of some of the readers that are going to be available, some of the vendors that will be there and services available. So check it out. If you're going to be there, I'd love to see you. Stop by, wave, say hello. And that's all I have for you for this week. I'll be back on Friday morning with the following week's messages and guidance for you. I'll see you then.